Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, well, it's officially a wrap. Superman is in the can, boys and girls, and it is off to editing. Yes, James Gunn Superman has officially wrapped. There's been some interesting little send-offs as far as a lot of the cool things that we've seen out there. Our dear sweet David Cornsweet, Henry Cavill's replacement as Superman in the new James Gunn's universe out there, the new DC that we're getting out there in the Superman world. And it's one of them situations where, honestly, I am still very cautiously optimistic about this. I'm starting to lean more and more to the optimistic side of this because of the kind of things that we've seen, the kind of things that James Gunn said, the send-off he's giving for the Superman wraps, and as well as some of the set leaks that we've seen time and time again. And that wrap right there also gives us a great little picture and also shows us something, another major plot point, something that we should have known, no doubt, undoubtedly get in a Superman movie. But ladies and gentlemen, this latest picture from the wrap scene out there shows you exactly what we should know about all of this movie right here, because we've got another little interesting thing, because there's a very specific filming location that they're at, that they were finishing up the wrap, that I think there's no way in your mind whatsoever that you can deny that will include a major, major aspect of Superman's story, backstory, and all around general lore, which there's no doubt whatsoever. Once you see the picture of where they finished filming at, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about and what we're getting coming forward in the Superman movie, which I'm honestly excited about. I think it's looking really good. It feels like they're saying all of the right things. They're showing us all of the good stuff. And the casting, honestly, in my opinion, is damn near spot on for the majority of it. I'm super happy with the majority of it. And honestly, I just want our good, hopeful Superman again. And ladies and gentlemen, honestly, with everything we've heard so far, it looks like we might actually get out of James Gunn. And boy, won't that be a refreshing thing to see out there, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to check out this article from IGN.com, show you what we've seen from there, give you, of course, James Gunn's final little send-off of what he thinks about this movie going forward, as well as show you the picture on what I believe will undoubtedly end up in the movie as a major factor and a major set piece that I'm sure we'll all recognize and love. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, because we're inching our way closer to 1,000, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, leave us a comment section down below. Let us know if you are excited for the James Gunn Superman with David Cornsweet, or if you're one of those out there who's completely and totally done, doesn't trust James Gunn, and you have no idea what's going on. By the way, all you Snyder fans, hashtag sell Zack Snyder's Justice League to the Netflix. I still fully support you, boys and girls. I love me some Snyder. So, ladies and gentlemen, from IGN.com, Superman has officially wrapped filming. James Gunn confirms it's been an honor. It looks to be flying right towards that July 11th, 2025 release date. And also, I don't know if they have it in this article, but I'll definitely look it up and find it for you guys and put it in here in just a second. But there's also this really cute video of David Cornsweet out there taking his first official meal off of his diet, and it's really, really funny, and it's really entertaining. But before we get to that, let's get to the full statement of what James Gunn has to say about the future and what he thinks of this Superman movie and what his hopes are for it and what his intentions are behind it as well. So Superman is officially wrapped filming. James Gunn confirms it's been an honor. It looks to be flying right towards that July 11th, 2025 release date. Superman writer and director James Gunn's big screen introduction to his DCU has officially wrapped production. Gunn revealed in various social media posts on Tuesday. With the announcement, the filmmaker also wrote a heartfelt message thanking the cast and crew, along with a photo from the first week of filming in Selvred, Norway. Now, Norway, boys and girls, that's an awful cold place now, isn't it? You could almost argue that there's certain aspects of that are a frozen tundra. I wonder what scenes they could possibly be filming in a place like that. So James Gunn says here, and that's a wrap. God bless our cast and crew, whose commitment, creativity, and hard work have brought this project to life. I set out to make a movie about a good man in a world that isn't always so much. And the goodness and kindness and love I encountered on a daily basis on the set has inspired me and thrust me forward when I felt too spent to move on. Thank you to all from the bottom of my heart. It has been an honor. And I love how the fact that even though they quote this, they for some reason, God bless our cast. IGN, why did you remove that part from his statement, even though it's right here in your picture? Kind of odd. But I do love the fact that James Gunn actually did reference God and say, God bless the cast. Because, even the slightest resemblance of having any belief in a higher power that's not absolutely Satan himself in the modern era, especially out there inside of Hollywood, seems to be kind of unusual. And you know what? Considering Superman's all about truth, justice, and the American way, I fully support that. God bless you too, James Gunn. I hope this turns out as well as what I hope it does, because if it doesn't, sir, you're going to see a lot of videos with Angry Jesse ripping you to shreds, sir. So please, do a good job and make the fans happy. But on to this picture, boys and girls, out there in the tundra. What does this tell us? Well, I think it's pretty obvious to any Superman fan out there who knows anything about the lore whatsoever, whether you've watched an animated series, read all of every single comic book he's ever been out there, or you're just a casual fan of the movies. You all know what's located in the frozen tundra of Antarctica that has a relate to Superman, now don't you? Yes, Superman's Fortress of Solitude will no doubtedly appear in this Superman movie, and if you look at some of the folks of the cast that are over there filming, this should give you an idea of who will be there. As you can see, our Lex Luthor is in this picture. So are we going to get some crazy finale at the end between Lex Luthor and Superman fighting it out at the Fortress of Solitude? I don't know, but that sure sounds cool, right? I mean, Lex Luthor to be there. You don't see a bunch of the Authority there, right? You don't see Guy Gardner. You don't see our Green Lantern. You don't see any of these guys. No, it's Lex Luthor, which I still think also reconfirms the fact that I believe Lex Luthor will be the primary villain in this movie. It won't be the Authority. It won't be some of these other people. It will be Lex Luthor, which is exactly how you should do a Superman movie. Lex is and always has been his arch nemesis. That is the guy who he is always continually going up against. So if you're going to introduce Superman, you have to have Lex Luthor in this humble, common nerd's opinion, boys and girls. Let me know what you think about that. Do you believe Lex Luthor is a requirement for Superman, the yin and the yang of those two? Let me know what you think about that, but I believe that's exactly what we're going to end up seeing here. Now, obviously, I'm not an inside guy. I don't have any insiders in DC. I don't have any insiders in Warner Brothers. I listen to Sil Abdul and WW Pro for my rumors and my scoops, boys and girls. This is just your humble, common nerd's opinion on what I believe will happen in this movie based on what we know so far and what we've seen. And honestly, I'm excited to see that. I am still cautiously optimistic. And one of the other things that I really enjoy and I really loved about this is David Cornsweet's just attitude to all of this stuff. He goes to the gym, he does the work, he's been doing the research. There's a interview from him from years back saying if there was one role in Hollywood that he would really like to play, it would be Superman. But he even said at the time, of course, that's Henry Cavill's role right now, so who knows? Well, now he's finally had his wish granted, his boyhood dream of putting on the blue tights, donning the red cape, and sailing around the world. But boys and girls, the diet that goes with maintaining a body that is the Man of Steel and making sure you look right from scene to scene is a treacherous one. So I think David Cornsweet is very, very happy to be wrapped of Superman, just like Hugh Jackman's talked about on the times before and everything else going forward. And yes, boys and girls, we do record these videos live, so occasionally you will see a new subscriber pop in, and thank you to that one, Tran. Appreciate that. If you ever want to join us for a live stream, come join us at 11 a.m. Monday through Friday Central Standard Time on YouTube and Rumble, and you can catch us live. The replay, you can only catch the replay over on our Rumble channel, so definitely go follow us over there as well if you haven't already. But I just love this because this is one of the other things that reminds me. That's one of the things I like about this kid. He's so relatable. There was an interview with his trainer when they were talking about the things he was doing and all the weight training and everything else he was going to. And he calls him one day and he's talking to him on the phone. He's like on a video Skype right now. And he's literally sitting there. This kid's supposed to be on like nothing but like a high protein diet. It's supposed to be bacon and eggs and steak and just all day long, right? The kid's sitting there eating cereal. You know, completely and totally screwing over his diet. You know, completely and totally not eating what he's supposed to. Just stay lean, trim, and build all this muscle. He's just sitting there. He couldn't give up his cereal. He just couldn't. And it looks like, boys and girls, he also is a big chocolate fan because check this out. A Superman is a wrap and Cornsweet's back to eating. Look at this. Look at him go. Look at this. Just look at this. Big old, look at this. Waiting for it to see, right? Giant chocolate. I don't know if that's cake or a cookie or what, but that is a giant amount of chocolate. He's just like, I'm shoving this in my mouth. It's so good. Just give it to me. Just, yeah, please. It's been so long. I'm so tired of tasting protein. Give me sweet. Give me sugar. Give me chocolate. I mean, can't we all relate to that? Any of us that's ever done a diet or has ever done any kind of workout, prepped for a PT test, if you've been in the military before, done any of that kind of stuff, you know how this is. That relief to finally be over with the hardcore training, be able to go, yeah, thank you. Please let me eat chocolate again. And he is absolutely out there with the wrap. So that is it, boys and girls. According to some of the rumors that came out of Comic-Con, From our friends over there at cosmicbook.news, we should be getting a trailer soon. As to what soon means, I don't know. It's a very relative term, so we're going to end up finding out eventually. But hopefully within the next few months, we get some kind of teaser. We get kind of something out there. But from what we've heard so far, a lot of the rumors about the worries of like the set and stuff, the suit and stuff like that have all been said that, you know what, the people involved with it aren't worried about the suit. So it does look like it won't be the final version that we've seen. It will be a much better version. It will look much tighter. It will look much fitter, which is kind of what we've seen from a lot of the set leaks out there, from them filming out there in the cities and stuff like that. So it's one of them situations where I do think this is going to be good. I like the idea of the fact that it does seem like we're getting a reverse Kingdom Come, right? It's going to end up being Superman coming into a world with already established heroes that have been corporatized and indoctrinated by the government, and he's going to go out there and go, no. I know the difference between right and wrong. I know truth, justice, and the American way. I don't need some corporation or some government body telling me how to be a hero, telling me how to save people. And boys and girls, in a world where it seems like corporations and government want to run every single aspect of your life and influence you right down to the decisions you make about the food you eat, I think all of us can relate to a heroic, hopeful Superman that comes into a world that is devastated by a gigantic, overreaching government and a gigantic, overreaching corporations that have just gotten too big for their own britches. And to see a Superman enter that world right there with his hopeful Boy Scout attitude coming straight out of Kansas, small town, Smallville, Kansas itself. I mean, could the name have been any more spot on for a superhero origin story's hometown? Like, I mean, it's just one of those things. Superman, hopeful, positive, out there, trying to do the right thing and showing a better way is exactly what we need. The real question is whether or not James Gunn will give us that. I don't know. I can't know for certain. What I can tell you is everything seems to be pointing in that direction. It does seem to be pointing that what we will get. But at the end of the day, we believed things would be good before, and we ended up having our hopes crushed. And boys and girls, if that's the case, you know I'm no simp. I might simp a little bit for Henry Cavill, and maybe a couple other ones of us that are nerds out there. I'll follow them to the edges of hell for the things that they work on because of that. But I've never been a simp for one of these corporations. I've never been a pixie dister for Disney, even though I grew up as a Disney kid. DC has always been, by far, my favorite of the universes. I've been a Batman and Superman fan since I was a kid, and I always will be. So mark my words. James Gunn, I'm giving you props right now. I'm saying that things look good. But I promise you, and if anybody that doesn't believe this, watch my Halo videos. Watch my Lord of the Rings videos. If you don't think I won't roast James Gunn into absolute oblivion if he screws this up, you don't know your common nerd, boys and girls, and you certainly don't know Angry Jesse. But as always, boys and girls, like we should always tell them and what we should always remind them of, make the fans happy, and we'll make you rich. Screw us over, ignore us, and to try to destroy our heroes, we'll laugh, sit back, watch, laugh, and critique you as you burn yourself down to the ground. So James Gunn, give us our Boy Scout. Give us our hopeful Superman. Give us the Superman that David Cornsweet can bring us. And watch us praise you all day. If not, I promise you, I will roast you, sir. And guess what? It'll be exactly what you deserve. The decision's all up to you, James. The ball's in your court. Give us a good Superman and make the fans happy.